called the Tower of St. John, and it was built or used then for distinguished guests of the Holy Father. For example, the Patriarch of Constantinople during the Second Vatican Council, Athenagoras, he was guest of the Holy Father of Paul VI here in this tower. And for a certain time, Cardinal Bertone, the Secretary of State of the Holy Father, lived here in the tower because his apartment was not yet restored. And he also lives in the Apostolic Palace, and he lives in the first floor, and the Holy Father in the third floor. You know his window where he appears when he is praying the Angelus on Sunday and so. And it has not always been like this, that the Holy Father was in the third floor. Because it is said that in the first floor, the prima loggia is even more precious and more, there are more values therein, because in the first floor, this was the apartment of the Holy Father normally, till to a certain time, till to Pius XII. Because he, before he became Pope, was Secretary of State, living at this time in the apartment for the Secretary of State in the third floor. And when he became Pope, he did not move. So the Pope, they remained there. Yeah, but can you imagine praying the Angelus from the first floor? It's not possible. It has been in a certain way providential that he remained on the upper floor.
That's funny.
That's great.
Yeah, and yeah, we were talking about the Patriarch Athenagoras from Constantinople, and the Patriarch of Constantinople in present time is Bartholomeus, and he is, it seems, a good friend of the Holy Father now. For several times he was here in Rome, and you probably also know that the situation of the Orthodox Church, especially in Turkey, is very difficult. And when he came here for the first time, he said, Andrew needs to be comforted by Peter. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. And you can feel that Pope Benedict and the Patriarch, they are very near to each other. And we know a little bit, don't know who told us, for example, that he cannot have his own seminary in Constantinople, in Istanbul, and that he is very limited and chained by Turkish law. And for example, his successor must be a Turkish citizen. And among his priests, it's so difficult to find a priest who has all these things necessary. And so he is very put into a corner by laws and administration there, and yeah, you can imagine that he also needs to be comforted in the situation there, because the Patriarchate of Constantinople, he has about 3,000 faithful there. It's not
One parish.
One parish, yeah. And now you see that the Holy Father, he has many tasks, not only to be the ruler of the Vatican City, but also the head of the Catholic Church, but even more the speaker of Christianity and the defender of humanity. And so his task is much wider than for the first time you would think of. When certain values are protected, for example, also how reason and faith are linked together, for the moment it seems it's one of the unique voices who does it is the voice of the Holy Father, also defending reason. So now we have to go back, and at 11.
Brother Burkhardt, we thank you.
so
Most
much.
informative. We are indebted to you.
Yeah, your presence here gave me a new experience as well. It was the first time that
The Father has done this.
I went with the group, had the opportunity to come with a group to the Vatican Gardens.
Thank you very much.
Good.
We're most grateful.
So
All right.
then we go.
Follow you.
Which way?
faster than this way.
What is that, Joe?
I said,